Hello, Patti.
Hi, how you doing?
Very good. Well, it was a great show tonight. Thank you.
Oh, it was a little bit, I was kind of talking really fast tonight, but that's really the same way I always do it.
You do speak fast.
I do speak very quickly.
So you're from Chicago?
My entire life?
And when did you find out that you were actually funny?
Oh, see, that's the thing. I just like making people laugh. So I don't know, there wasn't like an awareness of being funny, just a desire to make people laugh, which I think are kind of two different things. But I was always the one in grade school that got other people in trouble, you know, kind of saying things under my breath that were sort of sarcastic or commenting on something that got other people in trouble. You know, just quite enough to not be the one that got caught.
So when did you step in making this a profession, though?
I was going to grad school. I was going to get my PhD in history, and I saw a comedian named Margaret Cho who was talking about her family. She's of Korean descent, and her parents are from Korea. And she was doing their accent, especially her mom, and I was like, my mom's from another country, and I have all these great stories, and I love to make people laugh. And honestly, it was one of those moments. It was one of those moments that you go, I see what I'm supposed to be doing. And it was very strange, and I never looked back, ever.
And then what was your first gig? I mean, how did you step in?
I actually was asked to, I was doing open mics. So you start out as an amateur, you go around and you do as much time as you can. Sometimes you do the same set over and over and over again. And somebody saw me and asked me to perform for the Nordic Law Club, which was the first paying gig I ever got. It was $75. I don't know if I should say that because I don't know if I claim taxes on that, but it's been a while. But so I wrote these Nordic jokes about like, the Nordic are known for their seamen, like S-E-A-M-E-N, and tried making silly little jokes like that. And actually, it went okay, but I was not dressed, like I tried to be kind of tough as a comic when I first started, and I was wearing like cowboy boots and jeans and I wanted to look kind of tough. So it was not, it was a weird fit, but that was my first paying gig.
Because don't we overdo it at the beginning?
Yes. Yeah, because you try so hard to figure out what you want, what the audience expects of you. And at the time, women were either expected to be really girly or really tough. And I didn't realize that if I just kind of was myself, that would be the best way to go. That took me years to figure out.
So who is yourself? Was it tonight what we seen?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Are you really
I really like that. I really have a lot of voices in my head, and that's why I talk so fast, is that this is the first one that gets out. I'm always thinking about something else. Like right now, I'm thinking back and thinking, was that really what I wanted to say? Why did I tell her this story? Why did I tell her the combat boots? It was actually combat boots and not cowboy boots. See, I was already editing the story I already told you. But I can even show you the picture when we're done of the outfit I used to wear, because in Zanies, they put my pictures kind of in different places. I worked here long enough. I was the house MC here for 8 months at a time, and actually for 8 years I was rotated through all the clubs. So this was my first home for comedy.
And now where are you heading next, and what are you doing now? Are you touring?
I am touring. I have a fully written sitcom pilot that is being shopped around. It's so weird to say. I am shopping a sitcom pilot around Hollywood, which means that we are going to producers and saying, this is a show we'd love you to back. And then once somebody says yes, all I need is for someone to say yes to my show about my family. It's called The New Normal. And it's about my family. I think they have like these taglines. It says things like, for every family that knows what it's like to be underemployed, multi-generational, multiracial, and special needs. It's the new normal. Everyone's trying to get used to it.
Probably a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, because we live in a 2-flat with my mom. And so they wrote this story around my family, that we live in a 2-flat with my mom and my dad, which is great, because I get to write my dad as a character, still being alive, and it's been a lot of fun. So that's what we're doing. We're pushing... That's the big dream, is to have
new level.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's always all your jokes are really based on some reality.
Absolutely.
And then you expand it?
Well, the thing is that I am not, I told that story about the airport, and then I sat and the problem with that story is because it seems so ridiculous that I ended up sitting next to this man who I'd had a somewhat of an altercation at the airport, that I would end up sitting next to him. The chances are so ridiculous. The audience kind of doesn't believe it, but I have no reason to make that up, and I still tell it exactly the same way. It's exactly how it happened. It just completely was over the top, like, hi, I guess I'm here to help you. I had no idea. And I did it, and the people really behind me in line were uncomfortable because they weren't in on the joke. They didn't want to be in on the joke. He was sort of like kind of dismissing me and didn't really get that I was trying to teach him a lesson. But everything I told, the parking and asking, the guy giving me a hand gesture, it seemed rather rude. Those things all really happened to me.
Do you think it's more difficult to be a comic woman than a man?
Or
do you think we're tougher on you?
I don't know. Like I don't let it. Look, this is what people say to me a lot. Is they'll tell me after a show, I don't usually like female comedians, but you were funny. And over the years, I've had different responses to that. Like I used to say, well, there's a lot of really bad comics out there. There are more guys, so it's harder to remember which ones were bad. But there's less women, so they're easier. I have all. I give them a break. But I just say thank you. Now I don't get into it with them. I don't try to dissect their reason for not liking women. I just say thank you because they've given me a chance. They could have not come to the show knowing there was a woman on the show. Now that I headline, they see my picture outside. They could choose not to see me, and they gave me a chance. So,
yeah. Well, what's really cool is that you seem to ask yourself a lot of questions, yet you're on stage and you're doing it. I mean, once you're here, you're here.
Right.
You're not in your head anymore.
Right. Yeah, I try to. I did in this show. There was a moment when I kind of stopped. I had been telling stories and I decided to sort of slow down and go back and try to go more into different kinds of material. And I felt that. I felt that sort of like that drop in energy. And I was comfortable with that. For whatever reason, I was like, okay, this is where I've decided to go and now what to do next. And comedy to me is a lot like a puzzle. Like what's going to go here? What works next? So this audience isn't reacting to that. Should I try this? Am I being too dirty? Am I being too clean? Am I asking them? So there's a lot of different ways to go and you're constantly
So it's a constant dance.
Absolutely. Yep. It's a different rhythm for every audience.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes I'm off. Sometimes I'm way off beat with them. And you know what? I'm gonna work again. And there'll be another night, another audience, and I'll get another chance.
Yeah, because there is always a next level though, and I guess you get comfortable too by doing more and more shows. So there's another challenge there once you start being in that comfort zone, isn't there?
Absolutely, yeah. When you know what your response is. You can't know what every audience's response is, but you start to learn what your response to each situation is going to be.
Well, thank you. Thank
My
you
pleasure.
for spending this time here and sharing
that. Thank you for asking me to be someone you want to interview. It's
inspiring.
It's cool. Oh, please.
Thanks.
Thanks. There, I don't know if I should get on the chair, but you can see.
Oh, you're up there?
The jean vest. Yeah, is that hard? You back up this way carefully, and turn right to the middle there. So you can zoom in on that. See
is that right here? Is that you?
That's me.
Oh, what did you write right there? Wow.
What did I write? I guess. Let me see.
Was that your first year here?
Yeah, my first.
When was that?
That was. I can't remember the year, but it says. I guess it really is all about the timing.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep.
Cool. Love those boots. I'm zooming on them.
My cowboy boots, yeah, and the jean vest and everything. No, I had shown up and the MC didn't show up my first night auditioning here, and they hired me for the rest of the week. So that's what I was saying. It's all about the timing. It's all about the timing. So that's my.
How is the timing right now?
there's an air conditioner blowing up.
You look like a superstar, ready for Comedy Central and all of it.
I know. And somehow there's never a fan on Comedy Central. I think that's the mistake I make when I audition for stuff. Could I have a fan?
You should always carry one.